They say math is the language of the universe, but what if I told you the most powerful equations we use today were never invented by modern mathematicians? They were stolen, borrowed, and rediscovered from ancient civilizations who cracked the code thousands of years ago. Forget what you learned in school. The real history of math is wild. We're talking about ancient empires that built computers with gears, scribbled equations in sand that predicted solar eclipses, and carved formulas into stone that still blow scientists' minds today. This isn't just about numbers, it's about secrets buried in temples, deserts, and lost libraries. Today we act like modern science and tech were born in Europe during the Renaissance. But that's just part of the story. Way before Newton or Einstein, there were geniuses in Babylon, Egypt, India, China, and the Americas who were solving problems that we thought were impossible for their time. The real challenge? Most people don't even know they existed. Why? Because history forgot them, or worse, ignored them. Whole civilizations cracked the secrets of the stars, time, architecture, even finance, centuries before we gave them credit. And once you see how their math works, you'll realize we're still standing on their shoulders. Babylon, the base 60 system that shaped your clock. Let's start in Babylon, modern Iraq, over 4,000 years ago. The Babylonians didn't use the number system we use today. They used base 60 instead of base 10. Sounds weird, right? But that's why your clock has 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. That's Babylonian math, still ticking on your wrist every day. Why base 60? It's super divisible. 60 can be split into halves, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, you name it. Perfect for trade, astronomy, and keeping time. They even use positional notation, putting numbers in specific places to show value. That's the same logic behind today's decimal system. They had no zero at first, but later, they developed a placeholder. A whisper of the zero to come. And their star maps? Insane. They tracked Venus's movements with incredible precision, using clay tablets like the Venus tablet of Amisaduca. Some say their astronomical math was more accurate than what Europe had 3,000 years later. Jump to ancient Egypt, pyramids, pharaohs, but here's what's wild, those iconic structures weren't just built with brute labor, they were powered by math. Egyptian engineers used practical geometry to survey land and build temples with mind-blowing alignment. The Rhine mathematical papyrus, dated around 1650 BCE, is like a cheat sheet of Egyptian math, full of multiplication tricks, fractions, and geometry problems. They used 3, 4, 5 triangles to make right angles. That's a basic form of the Pythagorean theorem, way before Pythagoras. Their understanding of volume and area helped them build structures that still stand today. And the alignment of pyramids to cardinal directions? That wasn't just aesthetics, it was calculation. They even figured out formulas for calculating the area of a circle using approximations of pi, thousands of years before modern calculus. India, the birthplace of zero and infinity. If Babylon gave us the clock, India gave us something even deeper, zero. The idea of nothing as a number didn't exist in Europe for a long time. But in India, mathematicians like Brahmagupta, around the 7th century CE, were using zero in equations and writing rules for how it worked with other numbers. That's game-changing. You can't have modern math, algebra, calculus, computers without zero. But that's not all. Indian thinkers were also playing with infinity. They debated whether infinity was a number, a concept, or something divine. And then there's trigonometry. Indian astronomers like Aryabhata used sine tables for tracking planetary motion. Their work laid the foundation for Islamic scholars who passed it to Europe. Even Fibonacci, the famous European mathematician, got his number system from Indian numerals via Arab traders. China, Pascal's triangle before Pascal. You know Pascal's triangle? That beautiful triangle of numbers that helps with probability, binomial expansion, and algebra? The Chinese had it hundreds of years before Pascal. It's called the Yanghui triangle in China, and it dates back to the 13th century. But the method goes all the way to the 10th or even 2nd century BCE. Chinese mathematicians used it to solve algebraic problems, calculate combinations, and explore patterns. They also developed a decimal system, negative numbers, and sophisticated equations to track the movement of stars and planets. Books like the 9 chapters on the mathematical art were like textbooks, covering everything from agriculture to taxation. And get this, ancient Chinese math wasn't just abstract, it was applied, solving real-life problems in government, architecture, and astronomy. Here's one most people don't know, the word algebra comes from Arabic. Al-Khwarizmi, a Persian polymath from the 9th century, wrote a book called Al-Kitab al-Mukhtasar fi Hisab al-Jabr wal-Muqabala, the foundational text of algebra. He didn't just solve equations, he explained how to balance them. Like literally, al-Jabr means restoration or completion. This wasn't math for math's sake. It helped people divide inheritances, build architecture, and calculate taxes. Al-Khwarizmi also introduced the Hindu-Arabic numeral system to the West. Without it, Europe might have been stuck using Roman numerals forever. And his name, it's where we get the word algorithm. Let that sink in. The tech that runs your phone, your laptop, the entire internet. It's rooted in an ancient Persian's math book. Mayans calendar kings of the Americas. Meanwhile, in the Americas, the Maya were mapping time like nobody else. They developed a vigesimal or base 20 number system using dots and bars. They even had a zero, independently from the old world. Their long count calendar tracked cosmic cycles over thousands of years. Their calculations were so precise that modern astronomers still marvel at their eclipse predictions. How did a civilization without metal tools or wheels map the cosmos so precisely? The answer: math, geometry, observation, and a deep connection between numbers and nature. Greece. The thinkers who took it further. We can't skip ancient Greece. Yes, a lot of their ideas were inspired by Egypt and Babylon, but they added something new: proof. Greek mathematicians like Euclid formalized geometry into axioms and theorems. Archimedes used calculus-like thinking to find areas and volumes. And Pythagoras? His famous theorem likely came from Babylon, but he turned it into a philosophy. For the Greeks, math wasn't just practical, it was spiritual. It explained harmony, music, the cosmos. Math became a belief system. So what's the big picture here? The math we use today, everything from simple arithmetic to advanced quantum computing, is built on ancient foundations. But those foundations came from every corner of the world. India gave us zero, Babylon gave us the clock, Egypt gave us geometry, China gave us algebraic tools, the Islamic world gave us algorithms, the Maya gave us calendars more accurate than some we use today. But these contributions? They've been buried, ignored, rewritten. The real secret isn't just that ancient math existed, it's that it shaped everything we take for granted now. And we're only starting to give credit where it's due. Math isn't just something that happens in textbooks or classrooms. It's something that ancient farmers, builders, priests, and astronomers used to understand the world. It helped them predict floods, build cities, track planets, and tell stories in numbers that still echo today. The next time you check the time, send a text or make a bank transfer. Remember, someone, thousands of years ago, figured out the math behind it. And chances are they didn't speak English, they probably didn't even live where you'd expect, but their math? It lives on. If you enjoy our journey, please like and subscribe to our channel, and if you like our content and want to support me, you are welcome to buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box below.